Greetings, entities and guardians, my name is HyperHimes, and imagine wanting to live in a land where all of your troubles can just vanish in an instant. What place would you think of? Maybe a luscious green land of fresh grass as the sunrise or sunset is seen from a long while away? Maybe a tropical place where all of your worries can wash away in the water as you slurp on some delicious drinks and juicy fruit? Maybe some sort of a carnival or fair where all of your worries can dissipate by riding on one of the fast-paced rides and then you relax by eating fatty fair foods that will most likely give you a most delicate heart attack. Honestly, the concept of living in a paradise is all up to the mind of the person thinking about it. Much like how beauty is subjective, the concept of living in a paradise is different with everyone. However, maybe the best type of paradise that you can ever ask for is the concept of freedom, to just get away from all of your problems in general and start a new life. Well, boy, do I have some news for you! Recently, the official Cookie Run OvenBreak YouTube channel released a video which is a teaser for the newest Cookie Run OvenBreak update. You might be new here, but I'll give you a bit of a refresher. What we usually tend to do within these videos is that we take a gander at the teaser video in its entirety, analyze any sort of interesting detail from within the teaser, and then finally try and predict what we could potentially be getting within the new updates. Let me just say right now that if you think it's shocking that cookies like Oakchun, Lilac, and Aloe became playable, then you're not ready for what this update has to offer, because this concept of this update comes straight from a Cookie Run game that came directly before Cookie Run OvenBreak. I am not joking. However, before we start this video, I just need to explain something very important first. This video is just going to be filled with my opinions for what we potentially might be seeing. What I say won't be guaranteed to appear within the new Cookie Run OvenBreak updates. I just mainly make these videos for not only fun, but to also hype up not only myself, but other people for when the update finally releases. But now that I have everything out of the way, let's strap in for this one, because what I'm gonna have to explain later has a high chance to be confusing, so you'll have to really bear with me on this one. The video in question is titled Trip to Paradise, Cookie Run Update Teaser, with a description only telling us Desert Paradise is back. What exactly is Desert Paradise? I'll explain later. The video fades into a scene of the Sugar Swan with the text at the bottom of the screen telling us, beyond the colorful fruits in the blue sky dwells a graceful swan by a crystal clear lake. The scene changes in which we see the Sugar Swan take flight in the air as if the area around them was gleaming brightly. This soon would transition down to see strings of what I can only assume is sorts of decorations in the shape of fish. Of course, the text also reads, when the majestic swan spreads its wings, embarking on a distant journey to restore harmony to the world, small birds protect the paradise, waiting for the Sugar Swan to return with a new season. The scene changes again, so now that we see one of the feathers of the Sugar Swan in the center of the screen, with Pilot Cookie flying in on the left of the screen and Whipped Cream Cookie dancing in from the right of the screen on their own specific realms. The text also reads, on occasion as the sugar feathers flutter by, the cookies have the sweetest dreams. Are the dreams but a fleeting reverie, or an unforgettable memory? The ending of the video simply tells us, Desert Paradise. Dream big. Trip to Paradise update coming soon. Not even telling us the exact time and date of when the update reveal goes live, nor does it even give us the Cookie Run OvenBreak logo. So I know what you might be asking, what even is Desert Paradise? Well, there's some pretty interesting lore behind what Desert Paradise is. Desert Paradise was apparently the 5th and final level released for the game Cookie Run and not Cookie Run OvenBreak. To tell the difference, we call the former Line Cookie Run in English and Cookie Run Cacao in Korea. This is actually more important than you think. Every level except for Desert Paradise has been introduced into Cookie Run OvenBreak. This update completes the majority of the legacy of Line Cookie Run. Now with that being said, who exactly is the Sugar Swan? Well, we do know a bit of information about them in the trailer, but what else is known about them? From the information that we both know from Line Cookie Run and Cookie Run Kingdom, the Sugar Swan keeps watch of the Desert Paradise, having immense cosmic powers. You know they're powerful since they're the reason that Wind Archer Cookie exists. Not only that, but the Desert Paradise is what contains the City of the Millennial Tree, in reference to another legendary cookie being Millennial Tree Cookie. The Sugar Swan basically has a lot to do with some important legendary cookies. The Sugar Swan does also appear within Cookie Run Kingdom, who ends up being corrupted by Pomegranate Cookie until Gingerbrave and his friends save the Sugar Swan and tell the plebs to go to the Blueberry Yogurt Academy to learn Crescent Moon magic to stop Dark Enchantress Cookie, knowing she's behind all the chaos. Do you understand why the Sugar Swan is so important now? Well, from what we know from the trailer, we can potentially imply that this has to do with the dreams of cookies. One of the quotes even says, on occasion, as the sugar feathers flutter by, the cookies have the sweetest dreams. Are the dreams but a fleeting reverie, or an unforgettable memory? This could be an update based around learning not only about the Desert Paradise, but exploring the best dream experiences by other cookies who the feathers fall onto. This is why we see Pilot Cookie and Whipped Cream Cookie where they are. They're dreaming about their passion, with Pilot Cookie being flying and Whipped Cream Cookie being dancing. So if that's the general gist of what we could be getting, then what does that mean for the Sugar Swan or any other cookie we'll be introduced to? I think that the story might revolve around two different perspectives. One will be based entirely on the Sugar Swan and the protection of Desert Paradise, and another will be focused on different cookies who will be gently dreaming, but also as the Sugar Swan flies over them, their dreams will turn to the best dreams or even best memories that they ever lived through. The Sugar Swan portion will have a bit of a look at the daily life of the Sugar Swan, which will also give us time to learn more about their backstory since little to nothing is known about the Sugar Swan within Cookie Run OvenBreak specifically. We'll also be able to gander as to what goes on within the Desert Paradise, but also we see how the Sugar Swan flies over the entirety of the lands to see if anything disorderly is happening within Earthbread. Now on the other side of the story, we focus on a few cookies who are dreaming about amazing things or they're dreaming about old past memories that they'll always cherish. As we've seen already, we could see Pilot Cookie having an incredible time with his plane, or Whipped Cream Cookie having one of the best performances of his life. Other things can also happen, like a beautiful dream between Mint Chocolate Cookie and Cocoa Cookie, a dream about String Gummy being able to be with future Croissant Cookie again, a dream where Cream Unicorn witnesses every cookie ever go to Cookie Land, and most likely a bunch of more probabilities. It would also be pretty unique to see something in regards to the Labyrinth of Remembrance, since that story had to do with the past memories of Gingerbrave and his friends. Maybe Sugar Glass Cookie and or Amber Sugar Cookie have something to do with this update story? Who knows? So what about our new cookies? Well, I don't think it's hard to say that the Sugar Swan could become a playable cookie. Look no further than the remorseful Sugar Swan form in Kingdom that has a more cookie-like design. They'll most likely have a cookie form, but in a more kind passion of themselves, instead of being the dark corruption form. Personally, I believe what the Sugar Swan cookie does is that they'll start flying in the air, starting to fly over other cookies who are sleeping. They will then shed some of their feathers on top of the cookies, which will grant the cookies sweet dreams and great memories for points. A magic candy could cause a more distressed cookie to appear, in which the Sugar Swan would make their dreams more better, granting even more points. If they had a pet, then I'd say one of the birds mentioned from within the teaser that watches over Desert Paradise would be a fine candidate. This bird could shed smaller feathers that occasionally give points. They could also, however, provide some sort of a slower energy drain to run longer, with their reasoning being that dreams should last longer. Now, if we were to focus on some other cookie, if we do manage to get one, I think it'd be some sort of a harpy cookie. You know, like a cookie who leads the birds who watch over the Desert Paradise. This cookie could probably occasionally passively send down flocks of birds that destroy any obstacle and fill in any pits to prevent any damage taken to a cookie, with the birds also swirling around the head of the harpy cookie, causing a random buff to help them out, like turning giant, gaining speed, or giving energy. Their magic candy could probably allow harpy cookie to have small bursts of wind speed them through areas at certain intervals. If I gave this harpy cookie a pet, I would give him a small bird egg in which it would occasionally hatch after a while, in which then it would instantly fly forward and destroy anything in its path, with the destroyed obstacles dropping bear jellies and other loot. Oh, and there's most likely going to be another new treasure, in which I'm gonna go for a reach here and say that it's going to be one of the Sugar Swan's feathers, which can cause a cookie to regain upwards of half of all of their energy after running out, similar to how the same exact treasure works within Cookie Run Kingdom. Now, of course, costumes are going to be a guarantee to see within this new update. Firstly, there's going to be a new Trophy Race costume to replace the one for Starfruit Cookie, and I think it'll most likely be for Whipped Cream Cookie due to the fact that in his story, he actually learned his dancing from White Swans. I think it's pretty obvious what the connections are here. Though it doesn't matter if it's a Trophy Race costume or a Super Epic costume, I feel like he's a good candidate to obtain one. Also, on that same note but in a different light, it wouldn't surprise me if Cream Unicorn got one as well, with their aspects of memories and dreams as well. I would also want Sugar Glass Cookie to have a costume of sorts, since their event was also based around past memories of cookies. Heck, I wouldn't even be surprised if either Wind Archer or Millennial Tree got a costume of sorts due to their connections with the Sugar Swan and Desert Paradise in general. This last segment of the video will talk about potential new events we might be getting and stuff that I might just randomly guess for. The new story for the update could be a multitude of things. It could be a new main story episode for Gingerbrave and the others to explore, though considering that the Desert Paradise Inline Cookie Run had 10 levels in it, it also could be enough levels to make a new breakout episode. It's pretty unlikely though, since we only recently had a new Giant Wander Crab episode. Heck, this could just be a new game mode by itself, which will only temporarily be here, which would suck because we've been all waiting for the Desert Paradise for a long time now. I'd hope that there's some event which is similar to the Wish Lantern events, but it's about the cookies retelling their best dreams. It may sound weird, but I think it'd be unique to see what cookies love to dream about. Please don't call me weird for saying that. There's also obviously going to be a new Cookie Mastery event for both Sugar Swan Cookie and Harpy Cookie, and there's also going to be a new Treasure Mastery and new Meet the Treasure event for our new Sugar Swan Feather Treasure so we can obtain more rewards. Also, before anyone asks, I already know that there's going to be a new gem feature in which other currencies will be replaced with the gems. I think that aspect is pretty unique, but I'll probably talk more about it during a short or something. New daily gifts are going to be given out, there's going to be a new jelly set for purchase, a $30 pet costume if Sugar Swan Cookie's pet ends up being a legendary, and also there's going to be a coupon code revealed at the end of the update reveal video. And of course, at the end of all of these videos, I need to make sure to state this. Spend your Trophy Race points, complete your Yaku Village Hard and Crazy Mode runs, and spend whatever else event-specific things. Once the new update comes, they're gone for good. But what do you all think? Do you think that some of my theories are correct, or do you think I'm absolutely dreaming and I'm actually putting you in a nightmare? Be sure to tell me down in the comment section below and tell me what you might expect to see within the new update yourself and what you're excited for. But with that being said, if you enjoyed this video, then please be sure to leave a like on it, and also share the video with your friends if you enjoy my kick run content or theory content or whatever. And if you enjoy my content in general, then why not subscribe and also hit the bell icon to be notified on whatever I do in the future. And also, if you look in the description, you'll see links to all my social media, a link to my Discord server called the Hype News Hub, a link to my merchandise, and also a link to a Twitter post where if it gets 10,000 likes, I can get the Kick Run YouTube set for absolutely free. But above all else, I will see you entities and guardians in the next video. Hail the Hype News.